Here, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First up, we have Castro's Pool Service and Repair. If you guys need your guys' pool serviced, maintenance, clean, fixed, Castro's Pool Service and Repair is the place to go. Their phone number is 209-675-5418. That's 209-675-5418. Check them out today, guys. Support those that support us.
It's birthday!
I'm Jesse.
I'm Raquel.
This is The Hassle of Hair, a podcast
Going after your dreams.
about going after your dreams.
Okay.
But no, it's a podcast about going after your dreams and finding your passion in life.
Yes.
And we're The Hassle of Hair.
For the Hassle of Hair.
We are The Hassle of Hair. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you.
Wait, what?
Isabel and my sister.
Oh, Isabel. Sorry. So Isabel and Freddie.
Yes.
So Isabel.
Hello.
So my brother is the oldest in the family.
Yep.
And yeah. Welcome.
I do just want to mention that Jesse said he had a beer for me. He messed around and said it was a Budweiser, and then he came out with a tote. It was not even a bag. It's like one of the reusable totes.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Nicole.
I think like at Marshall's when you're waiting in line, and he pulls out 3 warm drinks, a liquid canned water, a Bang, and a warm Modelo Chelada.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love those, dude. I'm pretty. If Nicole or Alan's listening, I'm pretty sure my wife told you guys that I like Modelo Cheladas.
Any kind of Cheladas.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Isabel, so yeah, make sure you're right by the mic. I don't know. I wanted to have you on, Freddie. Like a lot of people, if you guys know us, I've talked to people and I've told them that I haven't talked to you in like 4 years. 3 years. 3 years. And I don't know. A lot of people go through that. And I did tell you. Did I tell you sorry earlier?
No, and you don't even need to.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
You don't need to. You don't have to be sorry.
Well, I'm saying we're going to keep
Right. Well, I'm really sorry. It's like, we don't need to. I'm out 4 years later. Another 4 years.
Oh, fuck, dude. This is going to be the podcast of laughing. I'm fucking sweating like crazy.
No. I to me, I think everybody has their own way of working on themselves. There's no ground rules. You know, you don't get any younger. So when you need to buckle down, figure it out, there's certain people that you need in your life and there's certain people you don't need. And it's a weird thing for you not to need somebody. Most people will get offended, but you could thank my counselor for that because when you're working on yourself, you got to learn that you're not always needed and it's okay not to be needed, you know? So it's just, like I said earlier, so you go through seasons in life and, you know, it's almost like the time between like Boondock Saints 1 and Boondock Saints 2. So, you know, they just like stop, don't hear anything for a little bit and all of a sudden the movie's coming out.
But then let me ask you this, like, how do you deal with people not wanting you to change?
What do you mean?
Like how do you deal with the change? Like the people around you that want you to stay the Freddie. Like when you went through, if you don't mind me talking about.
No, anything's game here.
Okay.
Yeah, anything's game.
Dude, you went through a sex change, don't you?
That's why it's sister.
Damn it.
Freddie's coming out party.
When you went through change, like when you went through, so you went through depression, right?
Yeah,
If I'm
depression,
right?
anxiety, all of it.
Yeah. And dude, I seen you go from Freddie, who was married and this happy guy who still we weren't kind of getting along or what, we weren't talking. I don't know. It's never been we weren't getting along. It's just we weren't talking. And all of a sudden, super nice guy, super genuine, super happy. Then boom, you're like, dude, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
And like I remember when I seen you, I didn't know what depression was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what dude, I was what, 20, 26, 25?
I didn't even know what it was. So you were 20, you had to be 28, 29.
28, 29?
Maybe because I was like 30, 31. Oh, let me turn that off.
Yeah. It's fine.
But no, I didn't even know what it was. And, you know, that's kind of like, I was living happy, I guess, but I was living stimulated, and like most people, where you're just kind of coasting and not creating any depth with anybody or yourself. So you're not learning, and all of a sudden, like, I was just overstimulated. I didn't deal with trauma. I didn't really deal with mom's death. I wasn't happy. I was working 2 jobs, and I didn't know I was overworking myself. And out of nowhere, it's like, boom. It's like my body did like a hard reset. Yeah. And I couldn't sleep. My body was messed up. Like, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't lay down horizontal. I had to sleep upright because my head would just hurt for no reason. I don't know why. I told the doctor that. I told Dr. Mevy. He just looked at me. I'm just like, you're a doctor, you know?
Oh, this is the Los Baños doctor.
Yeah, but Dr. Mevy was cool. Like, if you're fat, he'll call you out and say you're fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a cool doctor. He doesn't practice for it anymore. But, dude, like, I couldn't even get erections. It was crazy. Fuck. Like, my body was that messed up. And I was just like, okay, I got to figure this out. So I went to...
Hold on. I'm sorry. No, dude, the number one... So this is how a guy's head works, right? And I'm the same way.
Yeah, dude.
Like you weren't even saying, dude, I couldn't even eat. Like,
no.
Dude, I couldn't even, like, talk to people. You're like, dude, I couldn't get an erection.
Dude, it's crazy. That's your masculinity, man. That's your manhood. And but just imagine to just be you don't have control. So then you kind of have to learn that you don't really have control. Control is a facade. Control is something that people try to pretend that they have, but they don't really have it. And I just kind of had to work through it. Dude, I went through spouts of depression. So when I say hard reset, it was like my body was going through everything. I was seeing crap at one point.
Yeah.
Like faces through my window.
That's fucking crazy.
And nobody knew it. I can't tell nobody, because you tell somebody, they just give you like the...
You could tell Nashi.
Yeah. But you have to be selective who you tell. So if you can... If
you didn't tell me.
That we weren't talking, So I jabbed a little bit, like, hey, I'm going through depression, and I knew that you weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
It was too heavy for you.
I literally told you you're exhausting.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so it was crazy. I don't advise that, because most people would take offense to that, like, But
well, sorry. No, I said that because, like I told you earlier. Right when we had lunch, I was like, dude, I'm taking care of my family. I just got a house, right? I had just got a house.
Yeah.
I just got a house. It was the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the pandemic?
No, it was 2018.
Yeah.
So I was fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was more of, I think I was projecting on you, like, no, my life was exhausting.
Yeah.
And you coming to me with this was like, dude, I don't know how to fucking deal with this.
Yeah, I don't either. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I buckled down. I went to Dr. Mevy, and he explained it. That was anxiety and depression. He prescribed me Xanax.
Yeah.
And
Xannies.
Yeah.
Like
I popped one.
Popped a Xanny?
And I said, nah, I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Yeah.
I did once, dude. And then
how's it feel?
You just get numb. So just imagine being numb but still in your head.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then you could sleep, but then you wake up, it's still there. So to me, it wasn't a solution. It was just Band-Aid.
So when, like, I was thinking about it the other day, because I was listening to Isabel. Feel free to talk, too.
I know, I'm listening.
Okay. But I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about Xanax. But then I started thinking about like when I'm high, like on marijuana, which I'm not. I'm sober at the. I just had a beer. I'm trying to stay sober, right? Not because I'm an addict, but because of other reasons, right? But I was starting to think, like, when I'm high on marijuana, like, I'm stuck, right? And it feels good.
Yeah.
It's like, when you say, is it a high?
No, it's almost like a muscle relaxer.
So your body just becomes numb?
Yeah, to me, that's what it was.
What do you think?
When I first initially took it, I was scared.
Yeah.
Because I was messed up. So it's not fixing your thoughts. So that initially told me, okay, this isn't to fix your thoughts. This is the motions. This is going through the motions of medicine. So then I called up a lady named Dr. Lila Esslinger, referred to me by my boss at work. And then she sat with me, and like I just explained everything. And dude, I was seeing her like once a week. Yeah. Once a week, and then it progressed to twice a week, and then it progressed to 3 times a week. Once a week to every other week to every 3 weeks to once a month to once every 3 months.
What?
And then this last year, it was once every 3 months. And the last month I saw her 2 times, and I said, I'm done. But it was crazy. Like, you go through it, man. And you kind of learn, you really learn how people are. Because you know how you kind of said that it was exhausting? No one really gets it. Nobody really understands. And there's nothing anybody can say or do to make you feel better. You legit have to go through it. That's what I was talking about doing the Spartan race earlier. I want to go do the Spartan race by myself. Because to me, what I learned to do is kind of not suppress my demons, but fight them every day. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
To me, it's a muscle you have to exercise to wake up and like face your demons every day. Like now, before I was running from them for 15 years of my life from, after mom died. Yeah. And, nothing was fixing it. And that's why I was going from person to person, or like I'd go from job to job. Like nothing was fulfilling it. So I just keep moving until finally I broke.
I remember like you were, when you, hold on. When you say broke, what do you mean by broke? Because you were already in depression, anxiety. Like
I didn't
what's
know I
breaking?
was.
What's the breaking point?
You're conscious of it. It's almost like you're conscious of it. And I can't explain it. See, this is like, it's like.
Is it kind of like something's wrong or something it's always been wrong, but then it just clicked?
So the day that I broke, it was just this feeling of fear, dude. Just like fear.
Yeah.
And dread.
Like the awareness?
And it's such this, like a weird feeling that you think it's a physical thing. So I went to the hospital, dude. And they just said I was dehydrated. So the next day, dude, I drank like freaking like 4 gallons of water. It's because I need water. Yeah, dude. I'm messed up because I need water. Yeah. Thank you, Los Baños Hospital. You're amazing.
But that's like
I'm pretty sure you're just dehydrated,
But that's like the mental getting to the point where it becomes physical pain. Yeah,
because you're so used to control, and you just and it's there, and you got to deal with it. And they told me I was dehydrated, so I remember that week after, dude, I'm just drinking water nonstop, dude, just nonstop. I'm dehydrated, So then I went to the hospital again, just pissing every like 10 minutes because I'm just drinking water. And they said it's nuts. So you go to the emergency room. I didn't know what to do. I thought I was dying, dude. Yeah, it was bad. That's when I finally went to Dr. Mevy, and then, everything else.
Yeah. And it's funny because you said that you were trying everything. I remember when you were trying everything. Because I went over grandma's, and dude, I remember leaving grandma's. Like, I went home and talked to Raquel. I cried to Raquel. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my brother.
Yeah, like, I didn't either.
I mean, I'm standing there, I'm listening to you, and look at you were like, it was when you started running, and you were like,
I was running every day. I was running like 10 miles a day.
Dude, and you're like, dude, you got to eat eggs. And I'm looking at your face, and I'm like, he does not look good.
No,
not like just like you haven't slept.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I ran to make myself so tired that I was too tired to feel anything.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Until finally, dude, I remember one day, dude, it was crazy, dude. No, it's crazy.
I just remember just standing there, and you're like, dude, you gotta eat eggs. You gotta eat the broccoli. Like, you're giving me which is all right.
It was right. Everything was right, but it was me trying to gain control again. Yeah. I was like, I just gotta control my diet, dude. I stopped drinking caffeine. I stopped drinking liquor. I stopped smoking because I would smoke every now and then. And dude, I'm telling you, dude, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Dude, you're not going to believe me. Okay, so not a lot of people know this. Dr. Lila one day is like 2 months into it, man. And she just like, she goes, we're going to sit back to back. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell's going on, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we sit back to back, and her back's like pressing up against my back. Yeah. And she's just like, dude, I'm telling you, this is the craziest thing, dude. She goes, because I'm trying to control everything. She goes, tell me about your mom. Just like that, dude. And then right when she said it with her back against my back, dude, dude, it was crazy, dude.
My question is, was that the first thing that you let go? That you just...
Yeah, I had to deal with mom. Like, straight up. Like, I never dealt with it. That's it, dude. And just imagine 15 years of accumulation, dude. And finally, I never cried. Yeah.
So, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, that was it. Because I was more interested in like what was the first thing? Because like the main thing is control. What was like the first thing?
Yeah. So it was control, and then it was mom, and then it was dad, and then it was my choices. I feel like I grew up with a bright future, and I neglected it after mom died, and I kind of was hard on myself. And then I had to learn that regardless of what your choice is, every moment you got to make the best of now. And now, like every moment, you got to make the best of now. And you can't dwell on the past. You can't worry about the future. You just got to make the best of now.
You go crazy if you dwell on the past.
Yeah,
or think about the future.
Yeah,
like that's like tinfoil.
What is it? What does it say? Kung Fu Panda.
What?
He goes, yesterday is a mystery. Tomorrow is a mystery, or something like that. And today is a gift. That is why it's called the present.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what he says.
I think that's it.
It's just it's wild. Like let's backtrack. So I always wonder this because so it was like we had 3 different lives going through the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Like
It
you
could've-
stayed with dad.
Yeah, that was great.
Damn.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but like
it's true. It's true.
like you were 10 years old, you had to be with dad.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was out doing whatever the fuck I wanted.
If you hear princess, do you get triggered?
Kind of. Kind of.
I had to
do.
tell myself sitting in the car. I was holding the steering wheel. Don't call her Stinky. Don't call her Stinky.
Oh, I
Don't call
remember
her
that.
Stinky.
I remember that when I cried.
I call her
would
Izzy.
cry.
I don't like you calling me Stinky. Cried to me, dude.
I was bawling.
I was pissed though. I'm like, I've always called you it.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
And-
Anybody asleep right now?
No, dude. My daughter's deaf.
It's the first people will listen to this the first time. They're just like, dang, this family's crazy.
It could.
He didn't talk to her for 4 years. His brother was all depressed and his daughter's deaf. Crazy.
You know, you could have. It could have been like a little experiment. One person went through adulthood, one person went through adolescence, and one person that went through childhood.
But it's crazy, like you say.
That was actually really good.
Yeah, like it's even though like we all did different things, like we're all dealing with the issues late. I thought I got over it. Like a lot of like the hate and the anger I got over being married with someone that does like either take care of me or fucking or get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
That's how I explain it. It's like I had to, right? But at the same time, like I realized recently and like how you had to deal with it. I realized recently I still have things that I are not like. I know you deal with things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes it seems like I don't deal with things being around me.
Yeah.
But like mental health stuff, right? Like I put myself in situations where people, situations. I'm not saying as bad as dad, but situations where people are able to control me like dad.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing it now in a lot of things, right? And
Yeah.
like it's just the way I have to get over that. I have to be my own dude.
There's
My own
things.
man.
Well, there's things. So I'm telling you, I did 4 years of counseling,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of people. So that's why for me to build connections with somebody, I want to know. I can kind of catch when somebody's still working on themselves or hasn't worked on themselves.
Yeah.
But I remember I cried one time. This was like my 3rd year into it. I was just like, I sound like my dad. Like when I laugh, I hear my dad.
Yeah.
When I say
Holy
stuff,
fuck,
I hear my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sound just like him.
Yeah.
And dude, she's gonna say something. She said something trippy to me. Dude, I'm telling you, man, Dr. Lila is freaking crazy. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
be where I was without this lady. And God, of course, but this lady was put into place for me, made room for me.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know why. Dude, and the crazy thing is, this is crazy. I'm trying. I don't cuss on air. I can't because I'm a youth leader and I just try to keep it kosher. You
We
guys
could
cuss all
say
you
it
want.
for you.
So no, it's okay.
Did
Dude,
I have I cussed?
no, you haven't yet. So Dr. Mevy.
Fuck shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Gosh,
Dr.
you
Mevy, he, dude, he was. This is crazy. It's gonna make me cry because he was making appointments for me like every 3 weeks. A doctor, like
Yeah.
a family doctor,
Yeah.
and didn't charge me for all of them. He was
What
he was
the-
legit just wanted to make sure I was cool.
He didn't charge you?
Mm-mm. And Dr. Lila, dude, was only charging me for one session. Like people were put in my life for whatever reason to where they wanted to see me. They never had a relationship with me,
Yeah.
but they wanted to see me get better. Dude, I can call Dr. Lila right now and she'll answer. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Call her.
No, I wouldn't, dude.
No.
No, I'm joking.
So I say I hear my dad.
Yeah.
I hear him, and she looks at me, dude, and she's just like, there are good traits to your dad.
Yeah.
you hang on to the bad.
Damn.
There are good traits of your mom, and you hang on to those good.
Yeah.
There are bad traits for both. You have to let go of both. She goes, just think about it. Just think about your mom. Because I told her everything. You know, she's staying with this man, and almost like she couldn't be her own person. And she was the anxiety in that. And your dad, he was the anger. But those are two things, the badness of both parents, you have to let go. So whenever you laugh and you think of your dad, think about how you gained his good traits, and you're running away from his bad. It was crazy when she said it like that, because she goes, you can't change your genetics. I was like, damn, Dr. Lila, you're spitting fire over here, man. That's crazy.
Well, I didn't even realize, you saying that, I didn't even realize, like, because I hang on to mom's good, I'm doing her bad.
Yeah.
What I just talked about.
Yeah.
Fuck! That's so fucking crazy.
Dude, I'm telling
what
you,
what I just talked about is what mom was doing with dad.
Yeah, you got to let go. It's called, in church we call them generational curses. You got to let those go. When you become aware of your parents' faults, and not the stuff that you hate, and you know, like the things that annoy you, but consciously aware with a steady mind of what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
That can change your world, dude. Just straight up, dude. Because just think, dude, everybody's got parents. And most, like, dude, people are always talking about, like, man, what's wrong with these kids these days? It's like the same crap that's wrong with the people raising them. You know what I'm saying? You got to push away the bad, you know? Like, I can't.
Okay. Now no one's going to, I'm divorcing my wife. I'm going on my own. No.
Oh, no.
No, it just, it's crazy. And you know, it's another crazy thing is when you realize adults don't have it together. Like, all adults. Like,
all of them.
Everybody has their flaws. When you start seeing flaws, and I'm talking like older people, like grandmas, grandpas, and just those people you've always looked up to, and you're like, whoa, they're not the perfect human being that I thought. It's so crazy. And it's crazy.
It's a weird thing for that to be a letdown, because for whatever reason we idolize these people, and we don't see the bad. And then when you kind of see the bad, it comes as like a culture shock. But then when you can kind of realize, like, holy crap, everybody's got their crap. Even my friends, my family, my pastors aren't perfect. They're like far from perfect. You know what I'm saying? And then you realize, like, okay, like that's what kind of where shame comes in. Shame is like your worst enemy, dude. And you feel shame because shame isolates you, thinking that you're the only one feeling this way. Like you're the only one, like that you suck, you're bad, everyone else is good around you and you're messing up. But dude, dude,
me and Isabel, that's us.
So if you can just kind of like hone down and be like, hey, everybody sucks sometimes, some people suck most of the time, nobody's got it together, just keep grinding, man. And I don't know, I can go on, man. Like I'm telling you, dude, I feel like I went to like a monastery the past 4 years with a monk.
But it's crazy because like it's like the more that you think like that, right? The more like you think like that, and it's when people, what you were just saying, the more that you think like that, it's and realize that everybody has their faults. You learn to forgive everybody.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That's like Christianity 101.
Yeah,
and most people don't know how to do that. Even people in church.
How would you separate the emotional part to the logical part?
You can't really separate the emotions. You know, even like in the Bible, it says like, in your anger, don't sin, which means that it says you're going to get angry, you know? Even David was depressed. He was yelling to God, like, my skin is touching my bones because he hasn't eaten and stuff like that. It's like, fool, well, you cheated and then had that lady's husband killed, right? But like, it doesn't say to like ignore your emotions. It's just go through your emotions, and then after you're done crying or being mad, take a deep breath and just kind of hone in. Remember what I was talking about earlier? Like, so if the first trick is to learn to be still. If you can't be still, you're not going to win. If you can't just sit down and do nothing for like 15 minutes, you're not going to win. Because if you could sit down, do nothing, and kind of just wait, dude, it'll come to you. You kind of said it earlier too. You know, it'll come to you.
Mine was a little different. I said psychics and people that can tell the future are bullshit.
Well, it came out of nowhere.
Well, no. Nash and I were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
She asked me, if you were a psychic, what would the first thing you'd do? Make money.
You would make money?
Yes, because then later.
Not save world hunger?
No,
Not
because it's better to make money if you're really psychic or
Yeah.
not. Because then later at least they're putting funding in and you're helping someone. Yes. Sorry, that's off topic. I just
No,
remembered that.
I
that's
brought it
cool.
up. And then like, no, I was saying like they're bullshit because if you just sit still, like you said, for 15 minutes and I don't know if you're saying sit still and not think about anything.
No, just let your mind do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Like just straight up. Just let it do it. You'll think about some crazy stuff. You'll think about the day, and you let it unwind, and finally you'll think about like, you know what? Maybe I'm not happy at my job. You know?
Would that be meditation or is that just
It
sitting?
can be.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like sit and wait on the Lord, meditation, whatever you want. But okay. So your body can heal itself, right?
Yeah.
I think your mind can do the same thing. You just have to give it time and give it patience. Your body's never gonna heal if you keep picking a scab. So you gotta like not keep picking your mental scabs, not keep overstimulating yourself, and just let it heal, dude, and it will. It's
I
crazy.
stimulate like fucking crazy. No, but it exactly what you're saying. Like, but the reason why people that are psychics that I say they're bullshit is because if you just sit still and think about things, you could kind of picture your life where it's headed. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if you just, and that's why like Sundays or days where I have a lot of days to reflect now, but no, but if the days that I don't have anything to do and I sit and I reflect on the things that I'm doing, and I think like, okay, how can I handle this better? How can I handle this better? What can I do here? It's like everybody wants to go at 150 miles per hour, and it's funny because you told me earlier when we were sitting down, I listened to your podcast, and in the beginning you're like, you gotta go, you gotta work, you can't stop.
Yeah,
like,
dude, no, hold on. I gotta say that. Okay, he's just like, he's talking like episode 40. He's just talking like, my great grandma just passed away, you know, and people aren't gonna understand that I just can't make it to that funeral, you know. A day over there is a day lost over here, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta keep working.
I'm sorry about that,
whatever,
Grandma.
it's fine.
Yeah.
You missed great grandma's funeral. I mean, come on, it's just whatever. I missed it too, and I was just eating Cheetos. Like whatever. I'm not even gonna say it. But then he goes, you just gotta keep going, man. You just gotta work. Like I don't know, rest. You just can't rest. If you had a passion, you gotta just chase it every day. And people don't understand that. And then he gets to like episode 100. I don't know, Raquel. Like, you just gotta learn to just take a day off. You know?
That's gross.
Dude, I yelled at my radio, dude. I was just like, "What? I've been following you. I've been living life based off you." No,
That's
one
gross.
thing.
If you live life off of me, I'm fucking crazy. Don't live life off me.
No,
Gross.
it's real.
Yeah. What were you saying?
What were you gonna say?
That's just growth. Day 4.
So I will say, so there's a 4 years, you know, like I feel like there's gonna be listeners like, who the hell's this guy? Justy's got another brother.
Dude, when I posted you today, I just put thank you. Like, you really helped me out. I've been in a situation where it's crazy because this is why you'll always be family. You always be blood. And I'm going to try not to tear up because I needed help, dude. I needed help. And the first person I called, the person that I probably messed up with pretty bad, where I could have done things better, and the first person I call is you, right? And you didn't give me no shit.
Never.
You didn't give me no shit. You didn't say anything. You just said, "All right, dude, let's go."
Okay. I'm gonna just like spill your tea right now. Okay, so like, okay, first off, the 4 years, whatever, I'm just like, you know what? You know, I'm sorry, kids. I'm just gonna say it. This is how I just really feel. I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. You know, I'm gonna support the fuck out of him. He doesn't even fucking know it, dude. That's what I was gonna say, dude. I was like, I even had your podcast added on my podcast.
Yeah,
You didn't even know that.
I didn't.
I just did it. I just did it as like, hey, just in case you know, just listen to my brother's podcast. I was like, because I'm gonna love him regardless, because that's who I am, and I know that I didn't do anything wrong. We've all kind of haven't been the best people at some certain times, you know.
No.
So I know that there are things that we could always do better, but I'm like, you know what? I haven't really genuinely did anything wrong, so I'm just gonna support him. I started listening to your podcast, listening to every episode, just yelling at it. Some stuff I'm just like, what is he talking about? Dude, it was hard for me to
You know
get.
how many messages I get? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just from everybody.
And then I just like, okay, I'm gonna support him. You know, it's whatever, because I'm going through it. This is me, just whatever. And then you call me today, and this is so I was just like, yeah, like of course I would. Like, I'm not a bitter dude. And then you say that I called you because I needed help. I was like, you always call me, man. I thought about after. I was like, there's this what. Is this cool to say here?
Yeah, I've talked about it plenty of times.
Okay, so he calls me up. He calls me up in the middle of the night, dude. And this is when I'm living in town on J Street. He calls me up in the middle of the night. It's like 1 a.m. You know, it's like, he's like, hello, dude. What? Have you ever bled before? I was like, what? What? Has the skin?
No, I wasn't talking like I was freaked the fuck out.
Yeah. No, but you were calm with
was?
me. Yeah, you're like, has the skin on your wiener like ever bled before? I'll tell you when you're freaked out.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, I put it in dry, and it's just bleeding. Like, it won't stop bleeding, dude. Like, I don't know if I'm good. I was like, dude, you're good. Just don't finish. Like, just whatever. Just whatever. Okay, dude. I was like, okay, bye. Like, there's another time. Can I say it?
Which one?
With the
No, you can say whatever the fuck
whatever.
you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he calls me same thing, like 1 a.m.
I was freaked out that time.
Dude, I was like, hello, dude. I messed up, dude. I messed up.
Yeah.
He was drunk.
I was drunk. I was drunk out of my
I
mind.
was like, what, dude? Both times I'm just like, oh, he's like, dude, like I was at a party and then this girl, like she was like grinding
Don't
on
say
me.
her name.
And she was like grinding on me, and then like she sat on it, and then we took to the other room, and then it's like she's trying to get hard, and it wouldn't even get hard. Dude. It wouldn't get hard for like 30 minutes, dude. Then she got hard, and it only lasted like 45 seconds. It's not even worth it. I fucked up, dude.
I cheated on fuck.
I'm sorry.
You can cut it out.
No, it's fine. Whatever.
Just bleep
Fuck it. Yeah. I cheated on an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I called him.
Ah.
But the thing is, that's why I tell the story that I got. Fuck, dude, this is not. Okay, so I say that like technically it was rape.
What to you?
To me,
Like she raped
No,
you?
yeah, she
Dang
raped
it,
me.
dude.
She raped me.
Gosh.
Because
I hate when that happens.
well, because I said no. I was like, no.
You hear that?
no.
That
You
is.
hear that?
No, that is.
Yeah, I said no. I was like, no. But Isabel, hold on. I say that as a joke because it wasn't. It
Damn
wasn't.
it!
100% it wasn't. It was just a guilty conscience while it was happening.
Got it.
That's not rape. I literally no.
And then this is probably like the heat of the embarrassment, just sitting there, just like, I don't know, just soft. You know, like but no. So he calls me out today, and dude, I promise to God, like there's not like a bone in my body that says, dude, even like when you're fighting, like grandma with both grandmas, I don't know what he's doing. No, this is grandma Cortez.
fun.
I don't know what he's doing. He says he's happy. I don't know how he's gonna do it for money. And I'm like, grandma, just let him do what he's gonna do, grandma. Like he's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Got a house all of a sudden.
You know,
it's fucking crazy.
yeah. And I'm just like, grandma, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and she's always worried about you, and that's just what grandmas do, you know. And I'm just like, and I'm sorry if anybody listens to it, but I'm just like, you know, there's not a lot of good examples living in this house, grandma. Like why don't you feel that about like other people, you know, in this house right now? And that's just sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I had to reflect and think about who my role models were.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just sitting here. There were,
And then did you sit there and like, fuck, did I have any growing up?
Yes, that's why I talk about coaches. So we had
Pain.
coaches. The only one that could have really been a role model was probably Nino, who wasn't there,
Yeah.
and Uncle Hector, who my dad pushed away so much because of some dirt that he had on him, and it wasn't there. But Uncle Hector, dude, always loved us, And I don't know where that like relationship went. I don't know how it could have went.
Yeah.
So let me explain to people listening, because they're like, "Who the fuck's Uncle Hector?" So we grew up in a house, in a 3-bedroom house with multiple families.
Yes.
And this is how fucking weird it was, right? We grew up in it, right? My mom, like, one family lived in the family room, and then we lived in the living room. Me and Freddie did.
At one point.
At one point, my parents lived in their bedroom, and so it was my mom's family all living together. And look, I'm gonna say it. My dad was fucking crazy. If you really think, he just didn't get along with anybody, right? And so he didn't get along with my uncle. My uncle didn't get along with him. And at one point, none of us were talking to each other.
In the house.
Like, I'm talking about in a 3-bedroom house that was smaller than this fucking house. Nobody talked to each other every fucking day.
And that was our childhood.
Yeah.
Our neighbors didn't wave at us. Across the street, the only person I talked to was Frankie. So whenever I think about it, I have no shame saying, so when I say that, like, I have no shame saying that there really wasn't anybody to look up to and nothing has really changed. Like, that is the foundation of us. Yeah. And if any of our family listens to this, this is what was sown. Yeah. You reap what you sow. No one poured into us, and then we were like kind of just like thrown out into the wolves.
Jesus fuck, man.
No,
Sorry.
it's crazy.
No wonder I say hi to everybody.
So then you have two options. That's why I was telling you earlier.
That's normal.
But mom would put us in everything. So she put us in everything. And you just develop these relationships and coaches and for whatever. That's why I said, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know how spiritual you guys are, but God has always looked over the 3 of us. It's crazy because we shouldn't have what we have.
No.
Dude, I literally had one of the worst days of my life because a passion is gone. Right?
Yeah.
If I'm being serious, like a passion is gone. And then the very next day, I get a phone call for an opportunity to work for a fight promotion, and for one day, but it's just a big opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, that shit happens all the time.
Yeah. Doors always end up opening, like just straight up. Like but
it's with good people. You're a good person.
Yeah.
At the end, no matter how much we fight, no matter how much we fight, you're a good person to people. You're a good person. I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And I just think that's what it is. And yeah,
it's crazy, dude.
I pray.
Yeah.
Like I was just telling Raquel today, because she was like, we were talking about just praying and religion, and marriage and religion is so crazy, and it's specifically hard, right? It's specifically hard when you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Right.
And both you guys are, and you could be on the same page or not on the same page. Religion and marriage is hard, and it's getting harder. I wouldn't say in the times, it's getting harder as you get older because people are set in their ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So if you find a religion, you can't force the other person to find a religion. You can't. Right. That's how you get people. Never mind. That's. But I pray. Not crazy, but I tell this story all the time, so you probably heard it. Driving to go pick up Raquel and Eva, and I prayed to God. I was like, whatever you do, just allow me to provide for these two.
Yeah.
And that was probably the deepest prayer I've ever had. I prayed on the way home when I put in when I had finally decided that I was gonna stop coaching, right? I prayed on the way home, and I said, like thank you for everything. And dude, I don't go to church. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
But I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just sitting there, right? And I'm like, thank you for everything you have given me. Thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for allowing me to go after my dreams, right? And giving me the strength for those dreams, and then giving me the strength to say it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's huge, because the people that whatever is upstairs, right? The people that he put in my put in my position, higher power, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever the people that he put in my position, like that you said, remember all those people that were given to you, right? I guess given, right? Placed in my position.
Just like the 2 doctors that talked to me.
Yeah.
Dude, free service from a family doctor.
Yeah.
And it's like the people that were in that position for the decision I had to make and all that stuff. One's very spiritual, is very into religion and church, and another person's super spiritual, the way they talk to me, and then just everybody, a good head. Nothing negative was poured into me from those people.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I have a parent who I have a kid's mom that their family's like they're our family, right? And she saw Jesse, like something, God, your mom, whatever it is pulling you in a direction. So you could see it from a while ago.
Yeah.
You're getting pulled in a different direction, and you're fighting it so hard.
Yeah.
And it's making it worse. Just go in that fucking direction.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to follow it. Like, and I don't know. I hear what you're saying, that it's just, it looks out for us. Like, why, the way I think about it is like, why are we given that opportunity then?
Because we know, I think.
Like, how do you deal with that? Like, how, you look at another person that's struggling.
Dude, okay.
And shit just happens for you just because.
It's not that it just happens.
Yeah.
It's the outlook, dude. I think that the 3 of us, specifically you and me, sorry, Isabel.
You're good.
Like, it's like, are just crazy enough to do anything.
Yeah.
We will do anything. And that's just that. Isabel, you went. Yeah, I'm not laughing at you. You lost a lot of fights in a row.
Oh yeah.
And
I
you
have.
kept like kept going, dude.
I'm laughing, not at you, but at the situation.
I'm just saying, no one does it. This world is full of quitters.
Yeah.
It's full of people that make excuses. It's full of people that get let down. And there's 3 things that we don't do, man. We don't quit. We don't get let down, and we don't make excuses. Yeah. And I just think that's straight up just what it is. You know, like if like me, like I've lost like 10 pounds, dude, like in the past like 2 months, because I was just like, I need to get my ass into shape. I don't want diabetes or high blood pressure.
Remember how easy that was, 10 pounds?
Yeah, it was easy. Now, dude, now it's
2 months?
Like,
dude, that used to be like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like my back hurts sitting here right now. I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
But I just think that's it. So if you have people that are crazy enough just to kind of try and do anything, dude, you got to be crazy to quit your job. You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy to start a podcast on both sides. You have to be crazy to stand on a platform and sing and or just take chances. Nobody takes chances, dude. No one takes chances. And when people see people taking chances are people that like are trying to get the most out of life, and people gravitate towards that. They just gravitate towards it. And the crazy thing is people gravitate towards you and they'll like compliment you. And to me personally, I don't like receive anything. Like I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm just being me. I don't know how to be anything else, you know, just straight up. Like I'm not content sitting down. Like, and I know what that feels like to be like, I just got to do something. You know, you have to train yourself to sit down. I just think people gravitate to people that have no quit, that have fight, that are resilient, that don't give up, don't make excuses, because the world's full of them. And the reason why we don't understand it is because we don't understand people that give up. That's crazy, huh? Yeah. Dude, people give up every day. People give up on their dreams. They give up on their small businesses. They give up on so much stuff. And I know I'm coming from the guy that's like had 2 divorces. You know? Sorry. No, it's crazy. But like, and everything, dude. Like it's so hard for me to tap out. Like,
but then, like I've been told before. I've been told by this from 2 close people, right? One of them, my father, right? He said it a little worse. Dad was like, "You're a piece of shit."
Yeah.
And you don't You don't go after anything. And I was young. I was like, fuck, what the fuck am I supposed to do at fucking 16?
Yeah.
I was supposed to go get high and drink beer.
Rejection.
But like
In your
and then
boat.
I've been so you're saying like you don't understand people that give up, but then how do you deal with like this is there's two different things, right? Like because I don't know if you contradicted yourself, and this is what I deal with, right? People like I have someone that told me that, well, you give up at everything.
Yes.
You start something you never finish.
Yes.
No, what's finish? What is finish?
That's the thing, though. It's like
People look for a destination. People want you to be in a box. People want you to, like, I work at CCID right now. I don't know if I'm going to work there forever, and I'd be up to change, you know, but most people want to put in the 30 and retire, and they want comfort.
yeah.
It takes a lot to step out of your comfort zone. It takes a lot. I mean, dude, it's almost like a baseball player getting traded, you know? Like, as long as you just keep fulfilling your passion, it doesn't really matter where you are or what team you are or who's around you. You can adapt to anything around you. So, to me, it's what is finished. Like, if I died tomorrow, there's really nothing finished. There's no destination. There isn't a complete. Your complete is your last breath.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't get that. You know, they want you to put in the 9 to 5 and be at one place forever. And they want you to, like, if you think about it, growing up, man, it's just like you get married, you buy a house, you get a car, and then what? There really is no vision after that. Yeah. You know, all it is where you're going to go to school. Not like, what are you going to do to make you happy?
Yeah.
What are you going to do to fulfill you?
Yeah.
How are you going to take care of you? There's never any of that bull crap, dude. Where are you going to go to school? Where are you going to work? Okay, dumbass. Like, okay, what about the other stuff? The other stuff where you work on yourself as a human being.
That gets very down until you have to face it.
I heard a speaker the other day, and he said, like, people don't get it. We all rot. Every single one of us. You know what I mean? We all rot. Like, we all die.
Yeah.
Like, it just, like, you need to get over that. Like, if you fear death, then you're never going to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, everybody rots. That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so crazy.
I had a dude who's a coworker. I won't say his name, but he passed away, man. He was working at our company till he was 70-something. He's a good guy, you know, good guy. And he wanted to go and retire, but before he retired, he wanted to take care of his illness, and he had a bad back, so he kept the insurance. He went to go in for some surgery, and they found some other crap, dude. And I don't think he woke up from the surgery. He died. You know what I'm saying? And it was something like he put off for so long, and then retire, and then finally enjoy life. I look at stuff like that all the time, and I'll be like, dude, I don't want that to be me, man. Like, I don't want to be like 65, like, all right, my life starts now. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, let's go, guys. Just like hunched over, you know, not have the stamina for anything. Yeah. You know, ice in my feet.
And it was crazy because, like, I made that decision at 28. Like, dude, I'm going to go after it. Yeah. Dude, I was in a fucking Cavalier going from Modesto, a 94 Cavalier. It's like a go-kart, right? And I'm driving, it's fucking piece of shit, overheating all the time.
So 2 gears.
And Raquel's like, because I told Raquel, I'm going to go train. I'm going to do MMA. I'm going to work at FedEx. I'm going to do it, right? Yeah. Got that 94. It's funny because this is the way we think. She thought she was like happy. She like gave me a gift. Yeah. And I was happy. Yeah. She's like, because we didn't have fuck, dude. Like, I fucking love my wife. I'm sorry. just thinking about that, dude. Like, it's fucking crazy. The shit that we've been through, right? And we didn't have 2 cars. So, like, going to work, like, we had to go together. And, like, I couldn't do my own thing. She fucking gets me this 94 Cavalier. I'm pissed off because she spent $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm fucking mad. But, dude, I fucking took that thing to work.
And the red one?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember you trying to change your alternator one day, man.
No, that was the Honda.
You look so confused, dude. I saw it on YouTube.
But I get the Cavalier. I drive I go to work, and then after work I get off at like 4:30, hustling to get off, right? Breaking all the FedEx rules to fucking get off early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Calling up businesses so I could pick up early, like fucking telling them, hey, I gotta go. Like, you know, sometimes telling them, oh, FedEx is picking up early today.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, and then I drive to the gym in Merced, and then I'd work out there, fucking drive home in the Cavalier on E, like fucking hoping I get home. No clothes because I didn't bring any extra clothes. My FedEx clothes stunk. My fucking workout clothes stunk. And then I would make it home. And then after doing that, Raquel trusted me when I said, like, okay, I'm quitting, right? Because I want to do this. Because I did all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went after it. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
So I did it. And then it's so crazy because, like, I'm at a place right now where it's like, hey, dude, like, you got to do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta grind. Like, you have to, like, I'm like you're saying, like, you all of a sudden you said, oh, hey, you gotta grind every day, and then you're like, take a day off. So I gotta find my next thing. I gotta find my what's the next thing? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna grind that hard at?
Yeah.
So right now I'm at that day off stage. Like, I'm at that day off trying to, like, figure out what I'm gonna do, you know, and get that Cavalier. And that was the fun thing about it. Like, people like I love thinking about that, dude. Like, having that fucking Cavalier, and like it fucking almost like I would look at the cold and the C and H, like it's like it's getting close to that H. I'm like driving, dude. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fucked. And then
to get outside and piss on it. He's just like, piss on his motor. He's just like,
because at one point the what's it called, the coolant had a leak.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, there's sometimes where I would
put an antifreeze in it every day.
yeah,
or just
water. Fucking
I
water,
remember
dude.
that. Yeah.
And I was like fucking riding it out, and it would fucking be smoking. I was like, fuck it, just take it all the way there, because I ain't walking. We used to take that Cavalier. We used to take that Cavalier over the hill with no fucking heater, dude. Both of us. We didn't have any other car.
Yeah.
We used to take that Cavalier over the hill, no heater, fucking 30, 25 degrees outside, and like the windshield and everything's iced up, and we're like this. Raquel has a fucking blanket next to me, and she's like, we gotta get to work. But with that said, and you saying like something's looking out for us, and then we look at things different. The number one thing, and I think you think the same way, dude. I could lose it all.
Yeah.
I could lose this house. I could lose this podcast. I could lose it fucking all, dude. And I wouldn't say, because happy is you can't always look for happy.
Just be okay.
I'd be okay.
Yeah.
I have my family.
I don't think you're going to be you're not Cavalier right now. I think your connections that you've made for the last 4 or 5 years, I think that your foundation has been set.
Yeah.
Your name is out there. People know who you are. And I think there might be like 5% of you that's kind of panicking right now.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think in a month.
Little less because I got that phone call.
3%. But I think a month from now, it's going to look a lot different. And I think anything you look back from your experience, like the past 4 years of your life, I think you're going to see that it almost held you back.
Yeah.
You know? So remember I was telling you about earlier, it was almost like at one point as a savior, but it never transitioned into being an asset.
Yeah.
I think you're going to thrive now. Like, you have it. Like, you're crazy enough to email or message Chris Lieben or whatever. That's who you are.
Yeah.
You're crazy enough to message anybody. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? People are like, how are you getting these people? I don't know. I'm in my boxers, literally no shirt on, just messaging people.
Okay, so you're crazy enough to do that.
Yeah.
And no people, they don't understand crazy. And the thing is, so you have this foundation set up, and I think you're gonna you've hustled enough to where things it's almost like in training for you, how in the beginning it's chaotic, and then and then later on you can kind of see things before they happen. Yeah. You've hustled enough and trained at life enough to where you're going to be able just to kind of know what's right and wrong, what's a good deal and what's not a good deal.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. Now you can invest 100% of your time into you and your family.
You ever get in those modes? Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But do you ever just get in those modes where you just like, is it hard for you to sit still and not do anything?
Yeah, all the time.
And that's what it's so like. Raquel tells me, she's like, just stop. Like, she'll just tell me, sit down.
Yeah.
Watch TV. Like,
oh, yeah. It was hard for me before. Because, dude, remember, like, before I, like, my little mental breakdown? Yeah. Dude, I was like 190. Yeah. 190 and the fittest I've ever been, dude.
Yeah.
And it was because I was go. Dude, I was sleeping like 3 hours a night.
But that's what I'm saying. You were healthy. You were
kinda.
Fit.
No. My body looked good, but I was not healthy, dude.
Because that's why I told Raquel, I was like, dude, like, I think something's wrong with my brother, but he's like fit. You know what I mean? Like, it was so hard to me for the process.
Yeah, because I had to learn that
maybe he's just loving working out, and I just need to accept that.
No.
Like,
actually, that's when I took on baking. That's when I kind of gained weight. And I love to bake, man. It gets crazy. But I don't know. It's crazy.
And then, like, the one thing, like, I think Freddie made a good point. You've never had a chance to show how athletic you were. And
I said that today at Roundtable.
Yeah, you never really had a chance, right? The only thing you really did that was athletic was, cross country is athletic.
It's just
I guess
running.
Kinda. Like, I don't want to make fun of cross country.
Running's a part of fighting, though.
You never like went heads up, like competed against another person.
Yes.
No, I've never experienced that until fighting.
And you, Freddie, like everything he does, he's like already good at.
Yeah.
It just comes to him. With me, I have to with baseball, with football, with fighting, jiu-jitsu, I have to think and I have to study. Right? I have to know what I'm doing. I have to think about it a lot. Dude, does it make sense?
You know what's crazy though? Like, there's a lot of sports moments that I have, dude, that I like hold dear to my heart. But one of my favorites is when he made those 2 free throws on Coach Fred's team.
Oh, dude,
that was crazy.
Because I sucked at basketball.
Crazy, dude. When he made the second one.
It was Leyva. It wasn't
It was Leyva.
It was Leyva. We were playing Shibuya.
Dude, and he made the second one. The stands went. Dude, it was crazy, dude. I want to run out there. It was nuts. Because it was just like, why? They fouled you because they're I forget what it was.
We were down by 1 point.
1 point, and he made both the free throws.
It was middle school.
That was crazy, dude.
So I suck at basketball.
But that's what made it even better. Like, it was crazy.
I'm at the line. I'm like, what the fuck?
Isabel, it was. There's no bull. Like, it was it, dude.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
You know what's so crazy is I'll never forget like this, right, with Nashi. There's crowds, and even just to get to that extent, right? Because, dude, 500 people's loud. You know what I mean? 500 people's loud, and I fought in front, I think, almost 500 people. Yeah, that's loud, right? But then, it was a change, and then even the PKBs that was crazy. But then Nashi took a step up and level with just amateur. Yeah, it was on a pro card, right? UFC Fight Pass. Mark Zuckerberg was posting it. Like,
serious?
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's crazy to think about it now. Like, if you're in the fight community, it's like it's whatever. It's just a fight card.
Yeah.
And Mark Zuckerberg's posting it, and it's Uriah Faber's fight card, and the lights are bigger, dude. You just feel it, right? And we're come from Los Baños. We've never been part of a pro fucking card in the back.
Yeah.
And then like. We're in the back, so with fighting, when you're in the crowd, it's just loud. You're in the back, it's fucking quiet.
Yeah, can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything. So I'm like warming up Nashi. We're like, all right, Nashi.
Oh, so it didn't hit you yet, dude.
Well, I wasn't fighting. Nashi was.
Yeah, but still.
And then like, And I'm like, all right, Nashi, here we go. And so they're like, all right, you're going to go this way. You're going to go this way.
But
all right. So we get to the stage and the producer's like, what?
you have to explain what the back looked like too.
What do you mean?
Like how confined it was.
Oh, yeah. The back was like probably a room. So they had pros and amateurs warming up in the same area. And pros, like you could, there's a difference between pros and amateurs.
There's air around
Yeah.
them.
Pros, like they got money on the line, dude.
Yeah.
Like if they win this fight, the next thing they're gonna make more money.
That's
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
they're just a different mentality, and they're more of athletes.
They're
right?
all in.
They're all in, and so you got amateurs who are just starting, young, but we're in a small confined area, and then they're like, "All right, Nashi, it's time to go," and we're walking out there, and the producer's like, "Okay, you're gonna go up the stage, your coaches are gonna go this way." And then she goes up the stage. We go around. Me and Coach Craig. We go around, and then I right when I walked out, go around because she went up the stage to go down in her walkout. I went around to meet her at the end of the stage before the cage. Right when she starts walking out, you just go like it was 2,500 people,
Yeah.
and dude, to me I was like 25. That's not that much because UFC's 45,000. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah,
not that
dude.
much. Dude, 2,500 people, you just feel it,
Yeah.
right?
dude,
It's such a different feeling. Like, I'm like, fuck.
The thing is, it's a different feeling from being in the crowd and being the coach or the fighter. It's a different feeling.
Because it was, you could just feel it. And then
Yeah.
the girl that she fought, her music was fucking like some Indian war music, like Native American Indian war music. Is like, like I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, like
No, she
Prey. Have you guys seen the new Prey
Yes,
movie?
that was a good movie.
Damn it, that was good. When she kills him finally, I was like, dang, dude, watch it again. Sorry, that was too much. Dang.
But
Okay.
then you think about I've never been at that level, right? We all three of us never been
No.
at we played sports, but we're never gonna be at that level,
Mm-mm.
right? Like Isabel still has a chance,
Possibly.
but dude, think about those basketball, the NBA. That's what makes it so different. NBA 45 or NBA is like 25,000.
Dude, college football is like 80,000, 90,000.
100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. It's
Dude,
crazy.
and then when you think about fighting, Cesar Chavez Sr. and the Azteca, 100 and something thousand people, and it's two people in a fucking
to
ring.
where you can feel the decibel rating, like you can
What
literally
the-
feel
Yeah,
the sound.
yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
That's crazy. Just imagine the how you compose yourself, even like as a pitcher for baseball. That's crazy, dude.
Like Mariano Rivera. Like when Eric Gagne went on that fucking 82
yeah.
saves in a row.
Yeah.
To that it's like a pressure cooker, and everyone just gets worse and worse.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Just the pressure.
and he's doing it at a away stadium. Sorry, it's about Eric Gagne has I don't know if he still does, but the most.
I don't know as far as I know, but the most saves is the guy with the glasses.
That's
and
okay. It's going
Dodgers.
over my head.
Yeah, so a save.
Yes.
So it's ninth inning. Your team's up by at least two.
Your team's up by
Two,
the
right?
maximum
Or
3.
The maximum 3.
Yeah, because you save it. A save is considered if one swing of the bat can blow it. So
So
it's
crazy.
3.
She doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know anything.
And
Cool.
he so it's a pressure moment with
Yeah.
baseball. Super
Yes.
pressure.
The big.
Did you just finger guns?
Is it
The pressure.
And like it's pressure moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're closing the game. If you fuck up, your team goes home pissed off.
Oh, it's like losing a fight.
Like yeah, well
Yeah,
no.
it's in the
I don't
last round.
I think closing is more pressure than
The last round.
a lot of fights, right?
Mm.
Like so, and not as
Oh,
like
'cause
not
it's
as athletically, not skill wise, but mentally.
But that's because it's on one person.
Bottom of the
Yeah.
like 7th game of the World Series. It's you have to
So
fucking
like
close.
no one remembers. So like let's just say the closer closes the game out.
Yeah.
No one remembers the people that he got out.
Oh.
You know, but you remember a blown save. You know what I'm saying? Like if you blow a save,
That sucks.
that's crazy, dude.
I don't
It's
like
it's funny
that.
too because watching fights ever since I did that what was it?
You guys are leaving? Yeah. Oh,
Oh
sorry.
snap!
Okay.
Yes, get Jack in the Box or Carl's Jr. No, screw Carl's Jr.
Love you.
Too expensive. What the hell was I saying? Oh, when I did that tournament, the jiu-jitsu tournament, I was
Yeah.
always wondering, you know, like when you hear the coaches like in a UFC fight where the coaches are yelling the same thing over and over and over and over. I was wondering, like, man, why they gotta say it so many damn times?
Yeah.
Dude, when I did that tournament, I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anybody.
Whoa.
I remember Scott telling me, he's like, "Hey, Fred, could you hear me?" I was like, I didn't hear anything, Scott. Like, I didn't hear anything, dude. He's like, well, I was kind of trying to guide you through it, you know? But I was like, dude, it's crazy. You don't hear anything. You get that hyper-focused.
So I love this, and I love this aspect of coaching. Because with when it comes to coaching, you have to, and why do I put myself down like that? I'm like at a low level. I was at a low level. Right? But with coaching, right? When you're in the corner, it's a form of brainwashing. Right. And you beforehand, you have to prep, you have to prepare, right? You have to, right? So what I like to do is come up with code names. Right. So like at one point, dissing for Nashi's fight, if you watch it on YouTube, you hear me saying Vinny Greco.
Yeah.
And it's because it's so off the wall, and we know who Vinny Greco is, right? And he's a friend. Yeah. And I'm yelling it, and Nashi's doing it. That was the first time it clicked in, because I thought about it before, but I never had the opportunity to do it. So that was the only one I did, right? So, and I'm like, oh, this works. You have to I don't want to say brainwash them, but it's repetition with the same things, right?
It's like when you put a program in.
Yeah.
Programming into their head.
And you're doing it constantly.
Yeah.
Right. You have to do it. You have to say it. You have to be that voice in practice.
Yeah.
Right. So with Isabel, with their MMA fight, we had what? I don't remember them.
We had what?
We had
Free fall.
We had Moreno. We had Moreno.
Vinny Greco. You just said knee.
Oh yeah, knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it was crazy, but on one hand, sometimes just last minute shit, anything that just sticks in the brain, right? With her, because because one of the coaches was like, oh, foot stomps, they're there. I was thinking about it, why don't we do foot stomps?
We did. And
then I was like, the whole goal for Isabel's fight was to keep that girl on the cage, because that girl wanted to take down Isabel.
She had more grappling than me.
Yeah So keep her on the cage and control. And I was like, foot stomps, Isabel. And then we did it for like a week. We drilled like me on the side of her with her and Nashi.
Just foot stomps.
Not just foot stomps. We went through it like foot stomp, knee the thigh, knee the body.
Oh, okay.
The Vinny Greco, get back in. Like just stuff like that. And I'm literally by Isabel, like foot stomp, like yelling at her. So I don't know if you said you heard most of it.
I heard when I was by you in the corner.
Yeah.
And I had the girl against the cage. I was listening to what you were saying and just throwing it.
Yeah.
So whatever you said, knee to the body, I would throw it. The knee to the body, you said foot stomp, or knee to the leg, I would throw it.
It's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, dude. Tell me that's what I was thinking. Like Tekken, dude, with the B and the A and the arrow stick. You know what I'm saying?
Because if I'm just yelling out, punch him, punch it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing because most high level MMA coaches do it, but I got the concept because I was reading Bill Walsh and I was reading other coaches, right? Football's you start thinking about it, football's the best at doing the codes, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, you think
especially,
about
especially hand signals too.
Peyton Manning, like Omaha.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all that stuff, because you can't say, "Hey, dude, turn to your left and go right." You know what I mean? Like, it has to be something. Boom.
Well, that's
quick.
Is that because football is like how it plays? Like
it's just you gotta. It's code. You have to have code.
Ooh,
right?
Okay.
Everything you have to have code. You have to have code. Baseball players have to have code. You know. The Houston Astros of 2017 have to have code when they cheated.
God.
You know.
That's so cool. I don't know. But do you have to go?
Not really. Not yet. I do. That's a couple more minutes.
I got a few more questions.
Go for it.
No, like you were 18 when Mom passed away.
I was 17.
Right. 17.
I was about to turn 18.
About to turn 18. Like
you had October.
You had opportunities to play baseball.
I was gonna play with what's that place called? Dianza.
Yeah.
And I met the coach. I was gonna go try out, and I knew I was gonna make it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I wasn't that good. Like I wasn't good enough to like, oh, I could have went pro, but I could have. Life could have been.
Remember I just said don't put yourself down because me put myself down.
Yeah.
Dude, you were good.
I was good, but I swung at everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like my senior year of high school, I had like I forgot my average is like 440, but half my at bats are strikeouts, dude. It was crazy, dude. Like I had no productive outs, dude.
Yeah.
But no, I played, and baseball was one thing, but what I really look back on is like, man, school could have been so much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Because like you remember, this is crazy. Like reliving it all over again. You remember like the insurance money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I was taking the bus to Diaz College.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it took me? It took me like 2.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Why? It's just so many damn buses, dude.
Yeah.
And we lived in
why were you taking the bus?
Yeah.
because I didn't have a
So
car.
mom was passed
Mom
away.
already
Mom passed away already.
Yeah.
And then I had to take a bus to school.
Yeah.
And dad's mentality, it was just like, just take the bus. I did it. It's like, yeah, you also didn't graduate high school. So I'm taking the bus to school. It took me like 2.5 hours. And then I had to take a class in the morning and then wait till like 1 o'clock because I couldn't get the good classes because I just started. And then take the bus back home. Dude, I was at school for like 9 hours for 2 classes that were 50 minutes each. And then I had to take, the bus back. Dude, it was all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then dad's like remedy was buy that Durango, that V8 Durango. I didn't have a job. It was crazy, dude. So that's why I just started working. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
And then finally, that's when I kind of moved out here when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was crazy because like mom died and I didn't have the structure of like, because so I'm a youth leader for the church that I go to. It's our Father's house in Los Baños. And I try to tell these kids, like, you don't just wake up one day and you're an adult. Right now you have the luxury of a reset every morning. Your parents, you're under the umbrella of your parents, but you don't just wake up one day with this good work ethics or good responsibility. So you got to start training right now, dude, because when mom died, like there was no reset. And then I don't know what the hell dad was doing or thinking, so I had to, like, all I had was my girlfriend. It was great. Like I was freaking like walking.
Why don't you say her name? You said my ex-girlfriend.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, and I'm walking to church, dude. Even the people at the church that I went to, like I went to a Pentecostal church, dude. There was no phone calls.
Yeah.
There was no, hey, let me pick you up for church. Hey, let's go to coffee. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of tainted me, man. Like I legit, it's hard for me to trust people after that.
Freddie, I remember you walking.
Yeah, I was walking in a suit, dude.
I remember.
Because I knew I wanted to go, but dude, there was nobody.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna fucking cry, dude.
It was crazy, dude.
That was almost my daughter's age. I could never do that to her.
Dude, like there was no one offered me a ride home, dude. Like it was lonely, man. And I had to just harden up quick because there's no point in crying. Who am I gonna cry to?
It's fucked that I'm laughing because I was fucking complaining because, dude, the whole fucking world was in my fucking business.
Yeah.
Like so many moms wanted to take me to churches.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like,
So that's the crazy thing. I look back at that and I was just like, damn, like, and this is no pity thing, but like, Isabel, you were young, and Jesse, you had like there was food at the door all the time because of the families that you knew.
That's so fucked up.
And you look at the families and stuff like that.
Good
And
food.
dude, there was nothing. Not even our family was just like, hey, Fred, come live with us. Let's get a fresh start. Nobody, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I don't care, like nobody, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I look back at it and I'm going through therapy and shit like that. And I'm just like, dude, where the fuck was everybody?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was everybody?
Well, that's.
It's crazy.
So, yeah.
And I legit, so I had to harden up quick. And then I had to deal with it later when I broke, dude. But that's why, like, when emotions happen, I couldn't deal with it, dude. Because I didn't want to deal with my own. I just hardened up.
What? Why didn't you? Because I've met a few addicts, people that did drugs and drugs like fucked up their life, and they're in recovery. They've been recovered, and they talk about like moments, like we had tough, right? we had a good childhood, and then boom, we had it tough. Because you're still a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eve was
Yeah.
18. Eve was 18. She's still a child to me. It's not like get the
Yes.
fuck out. I turned
Yeah.
18. Dad kicked me out. No, but
Yeah.
but like, why didn't you go to drugs? Why didn't you go to alcohol? That's so crazy to me. Like,
Honestly, like I look at it now.
I went to alcohol a little bit.
I never even thought it was never an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as like it just wasn't there. I want to say mom, maybe the church I was going to. Like I didn't even have my first drink until I was like 22.
Yeah.
And that was with some like I had my first beer with the field worker. Just straight up, dude. It wasn't some magical moment, you know. It was just like, cerveza, man, cerveza.
Yeah. But you walked the path of religion and God.
Not really, because dude, just imagine like so for me to stick to God is to understand that people isn't who I put my faith into. A lot of people they leave religion because like that person let me down. Well, people aren't perfect, so get the hell over it. Get over it. So you have to have your faith into this almost like a ground zero. You know, like every decision you make, everything that you do, everything that you want to become has to have this ground zero of does it stem from love? And that's kind of like what Jesus is as a focal point. So if you, whether you're religious or not, I think it's good to have that ground zero as love. Like, how can I love out of this? Is there love in it? Am I going to be able to love myself? Can I love this person? Like, love is just the key to life, just straight up. Like, you got to love what you do. You got to love who you're with. You got to love everything, you know? And I think that mom kind of like keeping us away from that stuff because she kept us occupied. We were occupied. And I remember like little wannabe gangsters growing up, they would tell other gangsters like, don't mess with that guy. He's not like that, or he don't bang like that, or whatever the terminology was. And I don't know, maybe religion, maybe God, but for whatever reason, I've never resulted in that. And I thank God every day, or maybe not every day, but in prayer, like, thank you for me not having an addictive mentality. Like, I don't try to escape. I never try to escape. You know, people escape to women. People escape to drugs and alcohol, and you know, it's just an escape, dude.
Yeah.
And I never try to escape. So, I don't know where that's from. Whether it's God given, was mom given, maybe it was part of dad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I never like marijuana. It was never anything out of like peer pressure or anything like that. Like my buddy from here, he smoked. So a couple of times I smoked with them, and it was just whatever. Like it was never anything, dude.
I'll never forget. It was during the pandemic. It was the week that I was in my room doing nothing but edibles. Like,
Damn.
Like, nothing but edibles.
Yeah.
So I was fucking high.
Yeah.
Like, it was like I've never done edibles before, but during the pandemic, I was like, I'm gonna try these.
Yeah.
And
sounds like a good idea, you know.
This is what happens, right? This
What?
is the
Oh,
podcast.
your brain
happened
goes
because of
edibles.
fucking edibles.
Yeah.
But there's a moment that I know I needed to stop because I fucking call you. It's like, dude, I think God's telling me to live like Jesus.
What?
You don't remember that?
You didn't call me.
Yeah, I did. I called you. I texted you. I called you. And I was like, I think God's like putting Jesus in me.
Hey, who knows? It might have been true. I don't know.
And then I was like, oh, fuck, dude, you need to get off of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it was just, I'll never forget that. And I don't smoke weed anymore. I think it helped me enough, right? That was medicine to me. And now I don't want to do. Maybe I'm scared to do it because marijuana makes you fucking see shit. Like, not when you everyday use, it just keeps you numb.
Yeah.
But when you do it once in a while, dude, it fucking makes you it makes you fucking paranoid about your shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're like, fuck, dude, I am fat. Because I remember his name's Phantom. His name's Phantom. He's a rapper. I'll never fucking forget this, dude. And he's like, dude, I got some cookies. Like, you want some? And I was like, yeah, I've never smoked it before. And like, so I smoked it. And then we haven't even started the podcast yet. Middle of the pandemic, nobody was seeing each other. And It probably is not even recording anymore, huh?
Yeah, it's not right. It just literally cut off right now.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, cool. And then like literally, Phantom is he's in my backyard ready to podcast. Let's get high before we go. And
Great
then,
ideas.
And I haven't smoked in a while, and I'm sitting there, and I smoke with them, and we're out there. We're just looking at the sky. He's all good shit. I was like, yeah. And then I started thinking, I was like, fuck, dude, we're in a pandemic. Like, I swear to God, like I was like, dude, everybody's at home right now.
Yeah.
Like. Nobody's working, you know? And I was like, and then they're talking about that people are getting sick and dying, and I have this motherfucker over my house who I barely met online.
While you're recording.
What? No. Like, I barely met online. Like, I literally messaged him, hey, dude, you want to come over to my house? I was like, why do I have a fucking stranger over my house in the middle of the fucking night getting high with them? I was like, I stood up, and Raquel remembers this. I was like, Phantom, I don't think I can podcast today. It's fucking 7:30. It's 7:30 at night, and Raquel's just laughing at me, dude. And then Phantom's like, dude, we got this. Relax, like we got this, dude. And the podcast is still there. The video is still there, dude. I was high as shit.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. And that's what happens. Like, you don't smoke it that much, it makes you fucking realize some shit. Because that was pretty dumb. When I look back at it,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was pretty dumb. Like having people just come to my house, not because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
but just because it was just random people I didn't know.
know who they were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I invited everybody, friends.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I met people online. Dude, come over. Let's fucking podcast. Like,
Remember when I was saying you got to be crazy enough to do it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just looking back at it is crazy, but I mean, nothing happened, so you're good.
fuck yeah, dude, because God placed good people in my life. And that's one thing, dude. Like, I don't know. I think that's one thing that mom instilled. Before we leave that's one thing that mom instilled in us. Like, you had a lot to do with it. I don't think it was in the healthiest way, if I'm being completely honest, because, like,
What?
you took this kid that had a fucking red mohawk. I'm talking about religion.
Oh,
and
yeah,
bringing
yeah, yeah.
religion around me. And
Yeah.
Mom kept us in church from when we were kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? We went Cathedral of Faith, Jubilee. Uncle Tony took us to Jubilee. I met Mr. T.
Yeah.
MC Hammer. You know what I mean? I fucking met Mr. T, dude. Like, fucking changed. I'm fucking 10 years old. I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, we met Muhammad Ali too.
I met Muhammad
man.
Ali, but like
Crazy. Dude.
Like,
Because mom down.
mom kept us in church, right? And then you kept me in church, but the way I wasn't ready for it, right? Because I had a shirt where Jesus was in the front of it, and it had a dollar sign, him going like this.
Pay up.
Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember? And Freddie ripped it up. I'll never forget that. And,
Did I rip it up?
yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck this motherfucker.
I don't know, man. I just
But that's what I'm saying. I was so like, I was 15, dude. I was like,
You're a
like,
kid.
fuck the system. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
had a red mohawk.
Yeah.
So we had like, thinking about it, I had a crazy childhood, right? And then
Yes.
I go into this church that it's I'm going to this church that, dude, Pentecostal church, people are speaking in tongues.
Oh God.
Like, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, fuck the system. And red mohawk. I wasn't ready, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking ready because I was all about being cool and
Yeah.
and then like I'm just sitting there and I'll never forget this. They brought me up. I don't even know if you were there. They brought me up and prayed for me and then they're like they had their hand on me and they're like just praying for me, right? But like at that tense level, right?
Yeah.
That intense, and you're just
the
like,
Pentecostal level.
yeah, dude, like,
There.
and
Yeah.
just that intense prayer, dude, like means good, but I just like I'm 15, dude. I'm 15. I don't even know what life is, and I'm like they have me like this. They're like, and God loves. I was saying something like
About the Holy Spirit.
Jesus rebukes you and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. Like, what's wrong with me? I'm not a bad kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like the devil's not in me. Like, and all of a sudden, I'm speaking in tongues. But at the end of the day, I didn't speak in tongues.
No.
And I'm not saying that tongues is not real,
Yeah.
right? Or I'm not saying any like, but at the end of the day, I wasn't ready,
Yeah.
right? And I needed to find it my own way.
Well, I think it's also a misrepresentation of what religion is, even if religion is even the healthiest. Dude, there's
Yes.
sometimes...
Dude, I fucking left in tears, like, one, because I was scared as shit.
yeah, dude.
And then two, and I'm walking out like, what the fuck just happened?
No, yeah.
Dude, because like you look at it, and you read the Bible. There's no point in the Bible where the disciples are describing Jesus. It's like, and then Jesus shouted, "Repent!" You know,
Yeah.
everything is calm and collected, dude. And in the Bible, Jesus was asked 180 something questions, right?
Yeah.
And then he was asked that. Hold on, no. Yeah, he was asked 180 something questions, and he only answered 3, but he also asked 300 something questions, dude.
Yeah.
So he never was like gave you a definitive thing. He's just trying to make you think. And that's just like what it is, dude. So if you find yourself in a good thinking space, then you're probably growing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just this misrepresentation. There's some times where I'm just like, dude, like how do we even know we're doing this right?
Yeah.
You know, like how do we even know? Like why is church a production? You know, like I don't even know if we're doing this right. We do the best that we can. I know that's what we do, but I'm just like, is this how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to put Jesus in a box? You
Well,
know?
Jesus was a rebel.
Yeah, at his times. That's what's
Yeah.
crazy. And sometimes I think
the
about
churches hated him.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Pharisees did. So I'm thinking like, are we just like resulting back
Punk
to the
rock.
Pharisees?
Yeah.
Like is it just human nature to result back into that and just like try to do structure and point at the Bible and
Yeah.
law and this and that? And I don't know. But in the end, like I said, I don't have my faith in people, because if I did, I would have gave up a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to have, I don't want to say low expectations of people, but don't expect a certain outcome from somebody, and you won't ever be disappointed.
And like when you, don't ever have expectations.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I learned that quick. Don't ever set expectations
Well,
for people. I can't, you can hold somebody accountable,
Yeah.
but you can't hold expectations of them. Like I can't hold, like we rekindled this. I wouldn't even say yes, but we're talking.
Yeah.
I can't hold your expectations to fucking be at my house every fucking day. Or, hey, Freddie, like, let's go hang out. And you have to say yes every time.
No,
Once you
but
set expectations like that, you're
That's
going to
what
be
you can't
let
do.
down.
So one thing you probably know is that when you call, I'll answer.
Yeah.
That's one thing you know, and you probably
I'm
just, that's not
calling
even an
all the time
expectation.
now.
That's just no. So whatever.
What
If
are
I'm
you doing,
available.
Freddie?
But so let's just say I work construction, right? And I'm leading a crew, and I tell you how to do something, so I expect you to freaking do it that way. And if you don't, you're either going to be off my crew or going to get corrected. So that's the held accountable part. But I think to a certain extent, when it comes to structure, you can have some sort of expectations to get somebody to think this is how Freddie wants it in a leadership position. But when it comes to like expectations for somebody's to come through for the better of you or the well-being or something like that, I think that's like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Like I can't hold you accountable to make sure that I stay okay.
Yeah, that's not my responsibility.
And then like, and it comes down to marriage, right? Fuck, dude, I know it's an hour and a half, but I'm loving this. But when it comes down to marriage, like this is something I learned, and I'm 100% lucky that I married somebody that deals with me.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of growing up. There's a lot of growing up, right? Because I had to set expectations that she was gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
She was gonna fill me with love that I was missing my whole entire childhood.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm taking care of her. Right? And she was gonna fill me.
Yeah. Dude,
She's
what
laughing right now because I'm not taking care of her.
What if that was the expectation, dude? What if she's not even dealing with you? What if you have to deal with you and she just got to watch it happen?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
dude, there was times.
Do you want a what? Okay.
There was times, dude, and it was rough, man. I don't know how we stayed together, and there was times where I would go up to her, and I don't know if anybody you two dealt with this. There were times where I was just crying to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cry my fucking eyes out,
Yeah.
Because I wanted her to love me, and I'd tell her like, you don't know, I love you, like love me. And she had to go to fucking work. You know what I mean? And it was the first 2 years, and I'm fucking telling her like, love me. Like I'm crying. Like I'm telling, dude, she could tell you, I was fucking psycho, still am psycho. But like, and it was crazy. I would do that, and dude, we'd fight outside of her Cisco where she worked.
Yeah.
I was like, no, pay attention to me. Like I'm mad. Like pay attention. Love me. You can't go back in there. Who gives a fuck? You know,
I think you called me that day.
There's plenty of fucking days, dude. We were on Cisco camera. Like security was always telling you, okay. When I drive up, they're like, oh fuck, here we go. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, I was. That's why I say I'm lucky, because she dealt with me through having to deal with. I think what all three of us had to deal with was figuring out that we had to mourn, that we had to get over all that hurt, or get over, not even mourn, get over the fact that our fucking dad didn't provide us with the love that we needed at the time, right? And I thought that I resented him so much that he couldn't love me. Cause you were there, dude. Like you're a piece of shit. Like hit me. I fucking hit him.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. That was crazy.
But like,
how many times you were in cuffs in the living room? Crazy, dude, with the mohawk, barely be able to reach behind your back because you came back from Texas. Hella fat, dude. Remember when me and Tito picked you up from the airport? I was like, he goes, just see the way his soft like kid voice. I was like, where? And I was like, holy shit. Dude, like 60 pounds heavier, dude, with hella big clothes. I was like, who the hell's that guy?
But I wanted her to love me, and I had to get over the fact that I had to love myself. And I just sat down my daughter, and I told her, because she's 16, she's gonna start getting into relationships, and it has to be known, right? With kids, it has to be known. And this is the one thing that I try to tell every kid that comes across my path, right? Like with martial arts, or just in general, like you can't make anybody love you. Like the choices you will make trying to make somebody love you, or something love you, you're gonna fuck up bad.
Yeah.
Right? And it like, I wish, it's a hard thing, because I just talked to two women about this, and a lot of parents don't do this. A lot of adults don't do this. It's like, be pure, and or live in my house, or like they don't get to love on themselves. Like they don't get to enjoy, like locking a kid up and not letting them do anything or from anything. Like they don't get to enjoy what they have a passion for, and they're trying to find that love that no one ever gave them. If that makes, maybe I'm just talking crazy.
No, that makes sense. Because then you to leave a kid in their own head is one of the worst things that you could do. So if you tell a kid a whole bunch of crap what not to do, you start to develop this reality that isn't real, and you start to fantasize and expectations. I don't think, one thing you did say, I don't think it was love that we lacked. So hold
on, before you save that.
Yes.
You're the one that dealt with that.
Yep.
You're the one that dealt with. Sorry, Freddie.
No, that's okay.
You're the one that dealt with, and you're the one that dealt with a parent not letting you do anything. Yeah. You did everything wrong. Yeah. Like you.
What if she just got up and left right now? She's like, okay, bye.
No, like you did everything wrong. He didn't let you do anything. He loved on you so much that he didn't want you to do anything for yourself.
Well, it felt like a bird cage.
Yeah.
It felt like a bird cage from everyone, because the only person I had was him.
That's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
He's the worst person in the world.
Yeah, it's kind of
have like that. Sorry, Dad.
It's okay. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That's why I loved him for so long.
Yeah.
Because of that.
You almost had to break up with them.
It felt that way, because it felt like I wasn't his daughter. I felt like I was his friend.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It sucks. I still do. Yeah.
And like, how do you deal with it?
tell myself that that's fucked up, and I know that that's wrong because that comes up recently, and I just tell myself it's fucked up. Breathe. That's not healthy, and you know what should have been, and just kind of move on. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Isabel.
It's okay.
It sucks, dude.
It's okay. I feel the same way when watching you guys because when you brought up the whole living room situation about the police, I remember people being there, and it just felt like normal. That makes sense. Yeah.
Felt normal?
It was normal.
Fuck.
It's weird because I still think of that, and I think that's the one thing I can't let go is the fact that that was normal.
That it was constant that I was in cuffs?
No, what I mean is Dad just throwing his own, throwing whatever bitch fit he was having.
Yeah.
And just knowing that that's what love was.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And I what you went through, it's like.
It's different. Cause it's different. Yeah, because that's sort of the thing is I find it hard to relate you to you two because you two, different experiences, but you two went out there and said, fuck it. Because fuck you, Dad. I want to figure this shit out no matter what. And that's where I feel like there's that no relating to. There's that line.
Because you had to stay with Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, Jesse went to Texas.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that, sorry for this, but I always felt like anytime I would get away, Dad would always take me back. So there's two places at least.
Yeah.
Two
Do you
places.
feel like anybody let you down?
Dad. Family-wise, I'll always feel that, but it's kind of fucked up. Sorry. It's kind of fucked up. I don't know if
Right now, I don't think you should be feel any.
Yeah. Just say
So
it.
the one time, I said this on the podcast before about the room full of people.
Yeah.
And how these people, Dad slapped me in the room and said, these people are going to be here for you. This is like the day of
I
the
heard
hospital.
that one.
These people are going to be here for you. And no matter what happens, they'll be by your side. And the one thing that Dad told me during, and it could be jumbled in my head because a lot of stuff I don't remember.
I was there.
It could be jumbled in my head later on when I was living him in the apartment that he said, these people that I sat you in the room, where are they? Where are they?
Yeah.
Like, they're not there for you.
Yeah.
You know?
In some ways, he was right.
The thing is that every time I would go to someone,
Talking to the mic. Sorry.
anytime,
Fucked up situation.
anytime I would go to someone, Dad would take me away.
Yeah.
So I went to go live with family.
You deserve for people to fight a little harder for you.
They did it.
I think we all deserved for people to fight a little harder for us. But who?
No one wanted to take care of another child.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Especially, no one wanted to take care of another child, and it makes sense. The only person I ever felt that from was from you.
That's why whenever it's crazy. I don't know if it's okay to say, but like your buddy EJ.
Yeah.
I could listen to something like that, and that sounds like some real stuff. Like I can respect that. Like you've been through it, you can hear it, like a real one, you know.
Yeah.
And then you had some dude that was, I think it was like Central Valley Podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that guy.
Yeah.
When I heard him, I just thought he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. And he might be a good guy, and he might be fine and dandy.
Guy.
He's a great guy, probably. He's probably a really, good guy.
Yeah.
But some people you just talk to, you be like, you're a good guy, but you don't know.
EJ.
You just don't know, bro. Like, you don't know how strong you are.
Yeah.
Or how weak you are. You never had it. And they can tell you all these stories and whatever. Like the reason why I the guy that I talked to, his name's Jesse.
Yeah.
Dude, he grew up. Dude, you should hear his his childhood, man. It's crazy, dude. Like he was like, and I think he's okay with me saying this. Like he's like,
I guess he's gonna be okay now.
like fending for himself, dude.
Yeah.
Like he was saying how they had weevils in their cereal, and they were called like it's protein. Eat it anyway, dude. And they'd eat it with water. Like that's the kind of lifestyle he grew up with, man. When he was like 7 years old. And it's guys like that and people like that you end up respecting, that I end up respecting, because I'll hear people that just talk, and dude, it's like you're saying so many words, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm the greatest dude, but it's hard to trust people that haven't been through it.
Yeah.
It's almost like getting parental advice from someone that doesn't have kids when you have kids. It's like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And And like, what do you do to fix all this? Like, your childhood was ripped away from you.
Oh, I don't know.
And like, what are you doing to? Because I've seen you go through fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you go through college, right? And no one really knows on how Isabel feels, right? Like,
I don't know.
even right now, this podcast, like, I'm so excited to see Freddie, right?
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see him that, like, you're there and I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that happens to you a lot,
Yes.
you know?
But also, it's also my communication because I've learned to listen. I like to listen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but like, you never talk. I'm not. Isabel, tell me your feelings on a podcast right now. Like, why the fuck am I talking like that? And you could tell me whenever, but like, you never tell me how you feel. You know, I could sit there and just talk to you.
Yeah.
And you never tell me how Isabel's feeling.
Habit.
Yeah.
It's just a habit that I'm getting better at. There's some like Nashi, for instance. She's the best person because she's the first person that in my life I'm able to say however I feel and I don't feel judged. You know, like she's the first person I could actually talk to and tell her how I'm feeling. And that's on me. I know, because I need to get more confidence. I don't know what I need, but I do know that I have someone that I can talk to.
That's so gay, dude.
Shut up.
But like, let me ask you this, like, and I know Freddie, you could go whenever. Sorry,
no, it's fine.
I'm just fucking talking.
That's all right.
And let me ask you this, like, now, do you feel like Nashi being the only one? Do you put that pressure on her, like how I told you about that
in the beginning?
Yeah,
I did until I did in the very beginning, and then it just hit me, Isabel, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's not healthy, because of the stories that you've told me, and I've just realized early on in the relationship, like, what are you doing? And as in, she's not your happiness. Basically, she's not going to be the one to make you feel better. Yeah.
And how does it feel like you have him, you have Freddie, who's doing his thing, like he's doing the church thing, he's doing his podcast thing, he's doing the TikTok thing, he's doing his full-time job with the carpenter,
irrigation district.
Irrigation district, right? Freddie got it going on for himself. For himself. I'm not saying he's perfect.
No.
Right? And then you got me, who's doing the podcast thing, who's doing the whole fighting thing, who's coaching and who's got a family, he's married, and I'm doing everything. Like, how does that feel to you? Like, how, on the outside looking in, how do you see us?
Crazy.
Hey.
No.
Sometimes I feel
like,
it.
honestly, man. Honestly.
I really admire it.
Yeah.
I do.
There's one thing, like, you said earlier, like, I need this, I need that. Like, you don't need to do anything.
Yes, that's literally what both of you said that this past week. Yes.
Yeah, so, like, one thing that I'll hum it to myself sometimes when I get up and, dude, this isn't be crazy. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys something, like, especially, like, really down deep in it, I thought of suicide a lot. It was crazy. Like, it was bad. And then now, like, it's crazy, dude. Like, almost like I couldn't get rid of suicide.
Yeah.
I had to just get used to it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Like, thinking of it?
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of thoughts.
The intrusive thoughts?
Yeah. You can't. Like, and the thing is, like, you just had to pretty much, like, in my head, the way I do it is kind of like the way I say it, how to hype myself up is I can't get rid of it, so I'm just gonna make it my bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and what it is to me, how I understand it is that your brain goes through options that you have. Like, it just these are your options. Which one are you gonna choose?
Yeah.
You know, and giving up is an option. It really is. So to me, like, I have to, like, there's affirmation every day, you know, and some days are harder than other days. And I wake up and I'm just like, I'm going to be unapologetically me today. And if anybody has a problem with it, then I can't vibe with them because I'm 35, dude. Like in 5 years, I'm going to be 40.
Hell
Fucking
yeah.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't have time to I don't want to waste my energy like explaining myself to somebody. The one thing you got to do is just or the one thing that I'd recommend you do is just make sure that you're comfortable with who you are, and that's it. Like just straight, because what else? You can make $250,000 a year. You can go work at Starbucks full time. It's not about looking for validation of what you can produce or whatever. You just got to make sure you're comfortable in your own skin.
And you have two people that are sitting right in front of you that love the shit out of you, no matter what choice you make.
Dude, I was telling Jesse earlier that for like the longest time I was texting I have you down. So I have 3 numbers for you. I'm a dumbass. I have Izzy 1, Izzy 2, Izzy 3. I was texting Izzy 2 for like a year, dude, till finally one day they texted back. I don't know who Isabel is, but it's not me. Yeah, dude. I'm like, she's not a bitch then. You know what I'm saying?
I know I could be a bitch sometimes.
You're not. You're not. You're the furthest thing from, as far as I know, dude.
Dude, I've never heard you.
I know some
Freddie,
bitches.
I told Freddie, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
I've
dude.
never heard you tell me or
Yeah.
him, "Fuck you."
It's acceptance, if that makes sense.
Feels good to tell someone, "Fuck you."
The
Swear
only
to God,
person-
dude.
the only
Like,
no, he wasn't even dad. Oh. Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's I like the idea. Your idea reminds me of or I should say method. It reminds me of like a little wheel of fortune. You flick the wheel, and then it's like, all right, it flick, and it lands on that thing, and you just do it for the whole day.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
know, like me, like I told Jesse, like I was funny because Noemi, I love you. I was talking to her. I want to do a Spartan race next on the 11th. It's a 5K, so I think I could do it. I'll probably be tired, but I could do it.
Yeah.
Get my cardio up the next couple of weeks, and I tell her I'm gonna do it,
Mm.
and she's like, okay, cool. And I was like, I want to do it alone. I'm gonna go by myself because you're not ready to go. She's working out, but not like crazy hard.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go by myself. She's like, you don't want me to go and support you? I go, no. Like, I just want to go by myself. And at first she wasn't cool with it, you know? But to me, I was telling Jesse earlier, like, facing your demons is almost like a muscle that you gotta to nourish. You have to just keep on doing it, man. So sometimes it gets to be comfortable in the dark, you gotta sit in it. You know what I'm saying? Until you realize that there's nothing there, and just keep doing that over and over again. I don't know. That's just me. I'm telling you, man. Like I've had some fucked up thoughts, fucked up situations. Dude, it was fucking crazy. Like there was times I wouldn't even hold the little guy, my ex-stepson. I wouldn't even hold him for whatever reason. I have these intrusive thoughts of me hurting him.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And you can't tell anybody that.
No.
You can't.
can't.
So like,
It's so normal. Nashi was a big reason why that it's normal to me now. Like Nashi would be like, dude, fuck.
just imagine the world going on around you, and then you have to stop to tend to your emotions or whatever you're feeling.
Yeah.
So I maybe like 2 weeks, I swear to Jesus that I was seeing things. So that's why I kind of empathize with that. Yeah. It was crazy, dude. I would flinch.
Yeah.
Because I'd see a shadow. I'm like, oh, and there was nothing there.
Well, that was because you weren't sleeping.
No, at
right?
that point I was sleeping.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was nuts. I went pee one time and there was a face just looking at me, dude.
That's
I can if I knew how to draw it, I can draw the face.
Diego, my buddy Diego, tall Diego.
Tall Diego.
He's all, dude, I was taking a piss the other day and some dude just started talking to me. And like, while I was taking a piss, sorry, this is off subject. I'm so sorry. He's all taking a piss. Some dude just started talking to me. He's like, yeah, dude, go after that chick. Go talk to her. And like, I'd taken a piss. And then after he's all, yeah, my name's Diego. They're meeting while they're washing their hands. And he goes, oh, I know who you are because you're from the Jesse's podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, do I know him? He's like, yeah, I think you know him. Like, he showed me his Instagram. I go, Diego, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, it's so funny. I don't know. But that's fucking wild, man.
Isabel, you're not here to please people. You're not here to. I mean, you got one parent to honor, you know, and then honoring your parents isn't kissing their ass. It just the way I see it, because some kids, I'm a youth leader, some kids got some messed up parents.
Yeah.
And they go, well, what about this commandment? It doesn't mean to kiss their ass and make sure that they're happy. All it means, how I see it, is to leave the name that they gave you better off than what it was than when they first gave it to you.
I like that.
Yeah, just straight up. You don't have to talk to dad for the rest of your life, and you still can honor him by saying, you know what, I'm gonna be a better person than you.
And it like with you, I can never just straight out like just not talk to you. She knows it.
What?
She knows it. Like I cry like, why isn't our relationship there? Like I fucking before we sleep, I was just start crying.
Yeah.
Right with my dad. Not so much anymore.
Not anymore, huh? Dude, last year. Okay, you want to know what we fought last year? Sorry, this is getting hella long. We were at 6th Street Diner. Whoa. And he's like, and I just want to hang out with you. You guys are my babies.
Jesus.
You guys are my babies. I want to hang out with you.
What's
and
up, baby?
We're just going to do this. And you guys are my babies. I just want my babies back. And I was like, hey, Dad, like I'm cool.
Fuck, dude, we're fucking.
Dude,
bad.
No, it's not like it's not that. Isabel, it's fucking
kidding.
crazy.
I'm kidding.
Hold on,
I'm
but we're fucking you think about like you have a podcast, I have a podcast. I don't know if you rip into them on your podcast.
No, I don't. I try not to anybody. I've heard you.
Yeah, we've had a whole podcast.
Dude, people think I like I don't know, because I told you I can't even say it right now, but like I'm telling Dad, like, hey, I'm here. Yeah. I hope you see me. Like, I'm here. Okay. Just know that I don't need you. I tell him this, dude. I was like, I don't need you.
That's good.
But so I tell him, I was like, I'm the mediator right now. You keep saying you want to have a relationship with your babies. I said, I'm here to make sure you're good before you even talk to Jesse and Isabel. Yeah. Because I want to protect them. Right when I said that, dude, he flipped it. Protect them what? Protect them from me? From me? From me? Dude. Yeah. He flipped it, dude. I said, I'm done, dude. Like, I'm done. Like, I rode with him to 6th Street Diner. And we go out there in the front, and he's just like, who's got in the seat? Who's got in the seat? I was like, dude, you're crazy, dude. Yeah. Like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm done. I said, Dad, I love you. I wish it turned out differently. I'll try again another time. And I just walked up. I haven't talked to him really since. I texted him happy birthday and happy Father's Day.
I don't.
I always do. I
got a message from fucking ragging on him. I got a message from you know what it is? I don't know. Maybe it's because I want it to be known. Like if you don't have if you had a bad childhood, like it could be better. Like you don't, especially when you see a young kid, dude. When I see a young kid that has this going through fucking shit, you can tell they have bad parents. Yeah, I'm like, dude,
you don't even know.
Yeah, man. Like it's gonna get better.
It can. Yeah. It will. People are resilient. As long as you stick to positive things, if you stick to good things, your chances of getting through it are higher. There's some shitty things that happen to people, to good people. That's just life. Yeah. But if you keep making good choices and let those good choices compound, eventually you're going to come out of it, dude. But
it like with me, I made amends with Dad. Like I made amends. Like I said sorry. He told me sorry. Yeah. Like after I came to terms and then even said sorry and even accepted his apology.
It's gonna have to be like a 2-part episode or something.
No, fuck it. I'm dropping it. Just because of Isabel, I'm just gonna put fuck him. No, because Isabel just needs to say fuck him to everybody, right? But no, like I made amends. Like, have you made amends with Dad?
No.
You should just stand right in front of him. Because I hope you know, like, you're small, but you should be scared of nobody. You see what I'm saying? Because you could kick ass.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I walk around, I'm fat as shit, but I know, like, I walk around knowing that I've trained so much.
You can protect yourself.
I've been in there with another fucking monster who even just podcasting with them, it took a lot for me to do it. Right. And like, I think you should make amends with them and talk to them and say, like, cause that's what I did. Like, I don't know. You don't have to, you could do it on the phone.
Or just write a letter. Or you know what I did too? This is gonna be crazy. So people are gonna get some like tips and pointers out of this, but like the people that I can't talk to or couldn't talk to, I wrote a letter, put all my real feelings on there, and just burned it, like just straight up.
Did you tell them?
No, I couldn't.
Oh,
No.
The thing is,
fuck it. That's
Just send
that's
it.
where we're
Yeah.
different. I have trouble, and this is maybe I got dad's like part of it, and where I'll write it down and just fucking tell them.
You just write down on the phone, send.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yes.
anything you want to say?
Lots of thoughts.
Right.
I always thought I really disconnected with Dad.
Yeah.
I never really felt. Well, there was both. There's a connection and a disconnection, and I don't know where I stand with him. I don't know what would happen if I do see him. I don't know what emotions will come up. So it's kind of like, like ripping off that Band-Aid. Like, oh, what if I do take that next step?
Like I said, you gotta sit in the dark so you're not scared anymore. Because right now you're scared of the dark. But
Yeah.
it'd just be healthy for you, because it's crazy, man. Like emotions, we bottle them up. It's like an actual thing that we do. Some people say that you like you store it somewhere in your body. That's why like massages and stuff, people, or acupuncture, they don't believe in that, you know.
Massages work.
It does toxins. I'm not sure how much I believe
Not
in that.
toxin, but like it fucking works.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just like people bottle stuff up. Like if you're triggered by something, it's obviously something that's affecting you, and you carry that. So it's just, I don't know, man. You were 26?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. I'd
You're
even
26 with a bachelor's degree?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's about 28 is when I came to terms with my fucking emotions.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I feel, not projection. I just feel like I see you guys and I want to do it.
Do what?
That's the thing.
Shit. Like, just wake up every morning. Like, dude, I'm telling you, dude. Some days I don't do anything at work. And there's days I don't even feel like, but every day, like, I wake up. I'm not just saying this to be a motivational speaker, because it's crazy. You know what's crazy? The people that say, like, motivational stuff, they don't, like, they say it, and they're trying to convince themselves at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't even, like, I don't know. But, like, I wake up, and I'm just going to be like, how can, I got to rock today. I got to do it. I got to make good decisions. Because there's two people in me. There's two people in me that are pulling at each other. There's the one that's just gonna lay down. There's the one that's gonna keep pulling through.
Yep.
So who's gonna win today? Like, just straight up, because I can. It's just like a diet. Like, I can go to. It's so easy just to do the easy. That's why. Oh man, it's crazy. Some people, especially my therapist too, she'll tell me that good and evil are like a pendulum, and they're a balance. I don't think it's a balance, dude. I think that you have just this full scale that's like 85% evil, and then that last 15% is good, because it's so hard to stay in that good and make good decisions. You have to kind of really force yourself. It's easy to be lazy and stupid and dumb and unhealthy and make bad decisions.
I love making bad decisions. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I
love you too.
Probably have some me and Isabel had a fallout.
Yeah.
When?
I keep on trying to end this. So me and Isabel had a fallout.
Wait, what kind of tacos are there?
Hold on. Okay. Last thing, I swear, guys.
I think it's over it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So me and Isabel had a fallout because it was hard for her to. Well, she couldn't admit that she couldn't pay us rent.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. And can I talk about this?
Yeah, you can.
Well, I guess I'm talking about it now. She couldn't admit that she couldn't pay rent. So instead of actually telling me, and that's all she had to do, we
Just
could have
tell
worked
you.
something out. And like, I don't know why I hold that.
Change your blinds.
Like that,
melted blinds.
yeah, that value. Like, I don't know why I hold so much to it. Just tell me. Like, you know what I mean? I hold. And she slept.
You can say it.
Okay, she
You
slept
can
in
say
a
it.
car rather than telling me to.
It's bad.
When in the front yard? Like, you slept in the front
Where?
yard? Where did you sleep?
I know.
Where did you sleep?
Yeah.
You slept by the park?
Yeah.
That's
And
not
then-
funny.
It is funny as well.
Why would you sleep in the park?
Because of
You could have slept in the park. Like, I didn't want anybody to see me. That had to be it. That's the only reason why I should go somewhere.
And then sometimes I forget that you were 25, 24.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously don't do that, but yeah, we had a falling out, and I didn't talk to her. It wasn't as long as that. It
No,
was like
it wasn't.
maybe a month.
But that's only because we see each other every
Yeah.
day, and I'm
we
just
had
so
to work it out. And so I just and then
Jesse spray painted Goonies 08 on the driveway.
Yeah. I did some fucked up things with Freddie. I jumped on his car, dented his car. Then he was fuck. All right, guys.
That's it.
All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you guys for having me in my life. Thank you for having my back. And I hope that we're probably gonna get in arguments. We're probably gonna fucking say dumb shit.
yes.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
Thank you guys for listening, guys.
Bye.
Peace. Oh no, hold on.
What?
Where do you
What?
want to drop anything that you want to
Do it.
talk
do it.
about? Like, what do you don't anything that you had some going on?
Oh, just listen to my podcast, The What the Derf Show. That's it.
What the Derf Show?
Yes.
Follow Freddie anywhere.
On Instagram. Everything is What the Derf. Instagram, TikTok, podcast. Everything's What the Derf.
Okay, Isabel.
I got it. Tattoo special this weekend at Nasty Tattoos.
Oh, tattoo special at Nasty Tattoos. $50 a tattoo.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's a 50%. No, $50 off tattoo.
$50 off or $50? I was gonna say, dang
Fuck, hang on. Let me see. Shit. I don't. We can't find
it.
it.
$50 off.
My goodness.
I don't know anymore. But I know there's a special going on this weekend. Yes. Go to Nasty Tattoos, 6th Street. No, 6th Street? No, G Street. I don't even know.
I Street.
I Street. They used to be a
Jesus
sponsor.
Christ.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.